Hello and welcome to episode 9 of the Squadcast, the official podcast of Glasgow Warriors. Thank you to everybody for tuning in. My name is Craig Wright. I'm joined once again by my co-host, Mr. Murphy Walker. How are you?
Very good, thanks, Craig. How are you?
I'm not too bad. First of all, I guess we'll touch on the fact that you're now line break supreme off Leinster.
No, let's not talk about that.
Let's not talk about that. That's
should have given that past to Rufus, but
in all seriousness, no, we're just coming off the back of what round are we on? URC round 8. Away to Leinster. It was a disappointing result, but what are your thoughts coming out of that one? Obviously, a bit of a strange game when you look at the scoreboard and you look at the stats coming out of that one.
Yeah, it was tough because if you look at the stats, they kind of lie in our favour. But yeah, we kind of gave away 3 cheap tries pretty early, and whenever you go and try to chase the league leaders, it's not going to end up well. Especially when you're chasing the game, it's going to cough up a couple of tries here and there, which is kind of what happened. And then we just couldn't really execute when we were in there 22, and we had a lot of possession as well. So yeah, I think if we had our chance again and boys had another go at it, they'd make different choices and we'd end up probably in favour of the scoreboard.
And that's all we're going to say about Leinster. We're going to focus moving
Moving
very
on
swiftly onwards to Zebre this weekend. We should introduce our guest who's sitting very patiently waiting for an introduction for us. Duncan Weir, welcome to the Squadcast.
Hello.
The goat of Scottish rugby.
No, just here. Hopefully, add a bit of value to it because I heard boys have been saying you've been boring as hell on it. So, yeah, hopefully I can bring it to light in life.
Now we should pick up on the fact that you said some boys have been saying. Now, before we came on air here, you did make a very dangerous confession.
Oh yeah, I've not listened to a single episode.
Now, we feel like this actually might be cause for complaint, but
that means he hasn't heard all the bad things all the boys have been saying about you. Gregor was saying terrible things about you.
Gregor would, wouldn't he?
Yeah. Murphy, are you speaking to Gregor yet after last week?
I've said a couple words.
Just a couple?
Yeah,
Fair
that's
enough.
all. No more, no less.
Oh,
Gregor's a weirdo.
If anybody doesn't know what they're talking about, please go and listen to episode 8 of the
listen to it,
Squadcast.
Donkey.
Well,
nah, I'm alright.
Before we get kicked on into the Squadcast, we should also touch on the very sad news from over the weekend, the passing of Doddy Weir, Scottish rugby legend, and a man who is probably one of the greatest characters in Scottish rugby history. Would encourage everybody to share their own tribute for it because he would absolutely love seeing some of the stories that are coming in on social media and in person. Duncan, I'm imagining your paths have crossed on a fair few occasions over the years. What are your memories of the big man?
Yeah, when the news broke on Saturday, I was shell shook on I think I was trying to cook the kids dinner, and I just stared at my phone and read a few lovely comments about the big man. But no, he was genuinely the biggest bundle of joy that you could ever meet. The energy, his sense of humour. When he came into a room, you could feel his presence. It's just tragic news, and how he tackled MND was amazing. The awareness now, not only in the rugby community but just in the general public, he's done a fantastic amount of good work in that charity, the Doddy Foundation, and I'm sure that the Doddy Foundation will go on and keep going, and people will still back what is the legacy of Doddy, but also a fantastic charity doing great things.
Murphy, you were saying the Scotland camp for the autumn series this year was the occasion with him bringing out the match ball for the game against the All Blacks. Just talk a little bit about the standing that he's held to this day within the Scotland squad, as well as a former international, and as Duncan touched upon, what he's done since his MND diagnosis.
Yeah, I mean, that All Blacks game was massive. Boys had so much motivation for that game, especially for Doddy, and then obviously wearing the special shirts with his traditional tartan on the back with the yellow and blue. The whole day was special, and then him coming out with the standing ovation was pretty surreal, to be honest. The noise in there when he was getting that ovation, and you just saw like his whole family were quite emotional. Even the boys, like before the game and during the week, Gregor touched on what it meant to him as a coach, but also like the boys as well. They chatted about what it means as a nation to try get the win for Doddy, which unfortunately we didn't. But boys put their heart and soul on the line to try get that win for him. But yeah, he's a special man and always will be.
Either of you got a story from a meeting with him over the years?
Well, the 5 years ago when we were playing the All Blacks, we were both doing some hospitality work before he was going on to give the match ball to the both captains, and he was dreading it. Didn't want the limelight, didn't want the fuss of the attention on him. He just wanted to sit in the stands, say a few jokes, and entertain people. He didn't want anyone to pause and maybe I don't know, feel sorry for him or whatever like that. So he was dreading it before it, and then he was in good spirits that day. He was saying a few funny lines about himself and how the MMD had affected him so far, and he just took it in the best way possible to tackle it head on and do it with a sense of humour that's also really appreciated. And I certainly enjoyed every encounter that I met him, and a sad day for the Weir family.
We're also loving seeing your own tributes on social media to Roy. So again, keep them coming in, keep them putting on Twitter, on Facebook, on Instagram. Share your own stories, and go and check out the work of the My Name's Doddy Foundation as well. As Duncan touched upon, a fantastic amount of work being done by them, and the Doddy Aid Challenge will return post the new year. I imagine more information will come from ourselves on that. I think Wilson's already got his face out there on half covered by a snood. So
he's team captain, I think, for Glasgow.
So stay tuned. On with the show. So for everybody listening to the Squadcast for the first time, let's just refresh your memory, and we'll say to Duncan as well, we'll give you an introduction into how this works since you haven't listened so far. Duncan. In front of Duncan there is a hat. We're on our winter hat today. It's a bit cold, so we've gone with the bobble hat today. In that hat there are several wee scenarios written on very artfully cut up scraps of paper. Your job is to pick one out, to read it, to give us your answer, and to make sure that the listeners don't drop off at this point. Okay. So, question number 1. He's got it in his hands.
Best nickname in the squad, and where did it come from?
Again, you've got a fair amount to choose from to start off, because there's about 60 boys downstairs at the minute.
Yeah.
Or in lunch, as it is at the minute, I guess.
Best one? I don't know. I'm trying to think.
I mean, you've got a couple
Squigsy was a good one.
Yeah.
Nick Grid.
There is quite a lot, to be fair, when you actually think about it.
Do we know where Squigs ever came from? I never got to the bottom of this as working in the media side of things.
I think he just looks at Squigs as well, doesn't he? Just short, stumpy. I don't know exactly where it came from.
You've got the meatball.
Nah, Boggy I prefer.
Yeah, you
that
prefer
came around
shaped
2015.
like
2015 World Cup, when the high and tights were coming alive in the youth of the young teenagers these days. So we were getting high and tights and leaving a bit on top. So
you're saying that's why you got the meatball nickname, was because you're
meatball was because I was short and round, but not anymore. Venison ball. Now in my venison ball, just lean meat.
Fat Club?
Raw. No anymore.
Nice.
Just a couple of weeks during the summer, after the
just
holidays.
Nice.
But no, I'm fine in it. 2 kg down from the targeted weight. Thanks, Murph. You could be doing me. No, I don't mind mine. Boggy.
Nice.
Toilet brush. Head, thick hair on me, Try to think who else. Who's like PC enough that you can rinse on a
I don't know.
Squadcast?
Have you any idea when Sione is called Nons?
No.
Yeah, that.
But then other Sionis called Nons as well, so maybe
They call them Big Nons though.
Yeah.
Got Big Nons and Nons. No idea why it's called that.
No.
Sin 3.
Who?
When boys started calling Sin 2 and boys started calling Sin 3 after he arrived. Yeah. That's poor form.
Diego,
yeah.
Nigel Callahan just called Domingo Diego for the first 3 months or something when he arrived at the club last summer. Diego's still there.
You've chucked Domingo out before when this nickname's come up as well. I think it was the one you did with Ollie. You had Domingo down. I think Sunday was one of the ones he's chucked out.
Some boys call him Sunday because Domingo is Sunday in Spanish, isn't it?
All right.
It's a very educated nickname.
Who else is there? People call Rufus Fergus.
Weirdo, creep.
But yeah,
What's the names?
Rufus has got the name Fergus because he went into Scotland camp once, and one of the players stood up and started like showing a clip from training and was like, "Yeah, like Fergus, if you can just be a little bit like wider or whatever." So that's him being branded with Fergus.
Christened forever.
Yep.
Nice. Right, you go.
I was going to say, well, hang on, before we go on, put you on the spot. Who's your one? Who's the best nickname?
I don't even know.
The tension is palpable.
Yeah, I like Sheba.
Sean Kennedy.
Yeah.
Nice.
Known him for many years. A lot of history together. So Sheba's my boy.
Lovely.
Sheba.
Thank you. That is done.
You wish.
Right, Duncan.
Oh, was I meant to ask you that?
No.
All right,
it's
okay.
Just
You're the
general.
guest, so
All right.
which teammate has the best hidden talent?
Hidden talent.
Firstly, what is your hidden talent, if you had one? I've added a wee question on there.
I don't know. I've done some stripping of wallpaper at the weekend there at my dad's house. So
Very glad you added wallpaper at the end of that sentence, to be honest with you.
that was, thrilling. I don't know.
Darge says you can do the Cadbury's eyebrow dance.
Really?
Apparently.
You don't look convinced.
Yeah, I don't want to see that either. That doesn't really intrigue me.
Hidden talent.
This one's stumped a few boys before. I think it's one of those ones where you put folk on the spot. They
Yeah, on
can't
the spot,
actually-
it's kind of hard to think about.
Yeah.
You've surely got a hidden talent.
No, I'm pretty talentless.
Heard you're pretty handy with a football. I'm not sure if that counts as a
Nah,
hidden talent or not.
not anymore. Touch that brick wall. Nah. Enjoy my golf.
Yep.
Not that hidden, but enjoy my golf. Yep. Going to tackle the PGA Tour post rugby. That's for sure.
It's a great plan.
I don't even know. Next question. Who writes these questions?
That would be me.
Are there any juicy ones? Who's the first teammate you'd share good news with? Probably Sheba, my boy.
What's
Yeah.
the just for everybody? Listen, how far back do you and Sheebs go?
When we were 15, we first met. So that's 16 years ago.
Not that you're aging yourself at all here.
Yeah. So we've came through the journey of coming through the ranks, as they say, and come through the age grade sides to become professional players together. And he's a dear friend.
You played together this season yet? Or last season, did you play together?
Newcastle, yeah. But other than that, maybe.
Play at
Can't
Stirling together?
No. Past the knock cross. No. Who would your
Mine would,
teammate friend?
it would probably be Ollie Smith.
Oh, that's cute. All the young boys are so nice to each other, aren't they? They're just like all lovey dovey.
I was going to say, you really haven't listened to the Squadcast in that case. You think they're nice
Oh,
to
really?
each other. Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, I'll
That's
give
probably
you
the
big
nicest thing
cuddles
Murphy
in the
said.
morning when they see each other. Oh, hey, bro.
If you want a cuddle, Dunk, just
Great-
ask.
Great to
alright?
see you.
It's because we don't have
You're at a
kids.
workplace. You're here to work.
okay, next one.
Right. Hollywood has come calling. Which teammate would make the best James Bond?
He really wants to say himself here, doesn't he?
No, not at all. Just because I think he would be a fantastic actor. Ryan Wilson would be up there.
Yeah. Is
Not that he's got any.
first James Bond with a top knot?
Yeah, he wouldn't have many agent-like attributes. He's quite a big man, and he's very subtle at the same
Yeah.
time, I suppose. Or I would say somebody like Tom Jordan.
Tom Jordan.
He could do the beach coming out with his wee hot pants on and that. He's got the physique for it.
Shuggy.
Shug, aye.
Shuggy.
Another one. Fantastic athlete.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gregor
Anyone
Brown?
else? Who?
Gregor Brown.
Nah.
Yeah, there's no chance.
He's never been a poster boy in his life.
You You know who JP reminds me of?
The villain.
The villain. Jaws.
Right. Yeah.
The choice there is. Are you going with Agent Wilson, or are you going with who looks good in a pair of Speedos coming out the water?
I'd say Agent Wilson, just because he'd be a slippery character to try and catch. He's up to no good, but he's a very good man.
I like
Correct.
it. I'll agree.
Which teammate are you invited to a dinner party? That's fine. Sheba. Next one. That one. Would you do that one?
I really want to know more about your dinner party, to be
right.
honest.
Best and worst roommate on tour. Away games.
For the Agent Wilson.
For both, or
Best
just
or
for
worst?
For the both. On away trips, he doesn't like being alone, so he's like sometimes I've got 2 young children, so an away game is
Treat.
like is
away.
like a spa vacation almost, just getting a room to yourself in peace and quiet. And then Agent Wilson comes in and he's in turmoil to be full of conversation, and he doesn't want to be alone, so he's following you everywhere. So yeah, but also he's great company, so he's the best and the worst.
which one of you makes the teas or coffees or whatever it is you're drinking or whatever it is?
We'd usually go out, so
Yeah.
hopefully
Fair
a
enough.
fantastic coffee shop.
Nice.
You, Murph?
Worst, hands down, is Xander, just purely because you can't sleep. But this isn't anything against him as a person. It's
Wilson
just
also sleepwalks.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I've
does
had to get up from bed and like usher him back into bed and say, "Shush, you are now going to sleep, Ryan. It's 3 o'clock or something."
Tuck him into bed. Read him a wee
Yeah.
story.
I'll have to like shout over from time to time as well. Oh my goodness! In South Africa, he'll fall asleep and he'll do this weird feet rubbing thing.
What?
So he like rubs his feet and that's how he like soothes himself to sleep. It is the most annoying. All you hear is like the wee sheets just, and he's like his big toes
Is that
clattering.
when he's awake though?
It's like when he's drifting off to sleep, he'll just be like rubbing his feet together. It's the most frustrating noise
That's very
you
strange.
could ever hear.
Yeah, Xander, biggest snorer I've ever heard.
Right.
And honestly, you can't get to sleep. He's relentless with it. There's one time as well when we were away, I was sleeping in the room next door to him, and I could hear him through the wall.
Right.
So
That's pretty.
yeah,
Pretty
he's
intense.
hands down the worst purely because I hate not being able to sleep.
Yeah.
Best I'd say would have to be Ross Thompson. We shared in South Africa for the full trip when everybody was getting horrifically ill. Both of us managed to stay away from it, and we spent a lot of time with each other. Got into some deep chats, and realised Ross's hate for Duncan because he's a big position hater. So we both share something.
Yeah.
Duncan, would
Good.
you like to comment on that
No comment.
specific allegation? No. Yeah.
Nah. I know Ross doesn't hate me, so Murph's just trying to talk
Oh,
nonsense
in
and
front
get
of
a
your
few
face.
subscribers on board. That's what you're trying to do here.
Yeah. Well, we'll see.
Well,
You don't know what Ross says behind your back.
I'm big enough and ugly enough to deal with anything these days.
Thick skin, isn't it?
Thick skin. Thick,
Yep.
old, wrinkly skin.
Scabby.
Right, we'll go with one more because I'm aware you guys are shooting off in
Which
4 minutes.
Which coach are you going on a night out with? 2 candidates, spring or 3 potentially. Shade Monroe, legend.
Oh, right.
What a man! Obviously, Peter Horn is a good friend, dear ex-teammate, and now a fantastic coach. He'd be a good laugh. And Nigel, our man from Galway, he loves his Guinness, and he is a lot of fun with a beverage inside him.
We've only had this question once before, but Nigel was the winner from that one from Sammy.
Mm-hmm. He enjoys it.
What about March? Surely you've
Yeah, March
been on a
is
couple of trips with March.
March is funny, and he's had a few beverages inside him as well.
It's actually a shame / probably quite fortunate that this is the last question and we're running out of time, because I feel like you've probably got a fair few stories.
You
could
look
share
like you've
here.
got stories.
He's got a little glint in his
there.
eye for everybody who can't see this.
Yeah, no, much is good fun as well. Yeah, he's funny.
What goes on tour stays on tour. Is this the mantra?
No, none of that nonsense.
None of
Just yeah. I'm sometimes guilty. Well, back in my youth days, I was a pinball when I had a few drinks and miss it. I got rather excited. I can occasionally get like that these days as well, as probably Murph seen, and a rare occasion.
Yeah,
because like for me, when you get out with the
Don't
kids
get
and
it
that, I
often.
don't get it often. So sometimes I get too excited and attack it head on, like a car crash, or I can mellow out a little bit, which is rare.
yeah.
Duncan Weir is now available for Christmas night out bookings if anybody wants to experience this.
Nah, and need full visa application
From the wife.
just for babysitter more than anything. You, Murph? Who would you
I
say?
would share the same with you.
Sheba, your Stirling coach.
Oh yeah, Sheba must have Sterling coach. Adam Ash.
She's a good lad.
Ashy ex-Sterling coach.
on the
Yeah.
beverages.
No, I've heard some good stories about merch, so that's why
That's
why it came up in conversation.
Yeah, he's funny. Right, we've got three minutes
We do.
3 minutes
We'll
to a
tune
meeting. But thanks for having me on the Squadcast this week, and tune in again next week. Thank you. Cheers.
Duncan's basically done my outro for me. I'll let him and let him Murphy disappear. Murphy, until next week, my friend.
Thanks.
Thanks for
See you
listening.
later.
Cheers.
Bye.
Thank you to all of you for tuning in. I've been Craig Wright. He's been Duncan Weir. He's been Murphy Walker, and this has been the Glasgow Warriors Squadcast.